Hello and welcome to the Work.Rest.Pray podcast. The words spoken by the Right Reverend Mariann Budde, Bishop of Washington, angered the new president and resulted in her receiving death threats, vitriol and criticism from a few, and expressions of support from the many. Speaking afterwards to Time magazine, Bishop Budde said, "I hope that a message calling for dignity, respecting dignity, honesty, humility and kindness is resonating with people. I've heard from many people who are grateful that someone was willing to speak on their behalf, and also others feeling emboldened to do the same." Her words reminded me of a former Vice President, Al Gore, when he talked about an inconvenient truth. Bishop Budde spoke inconvenient truths, and how timely it was, or was it ironic, that the inauguration took place on Martin Luther King Day, another American who spoke inconvenient truths. If you watch the full sermon, her words speak directly to humankind across the world, not just in America. And what a moment for someone to speak truths into a world where political and notable business leaders are all too happy to speak lies. So to my mind, Bishop Budde was speaking inconvenient truth into American society with resonances for further afield. Alas, if only British church leaders were as bold and as eloquent. On a more personal level, each of us lives with inconvenient truth about ourselves and our own lives. Many of our personal narratives are peppered with them, and not just the lies or mistakes we've made or been subjected to. Many of us live in the shadows or the impact of events, actions and words of the past, be they our own or those of others. And so it is that the inconvenient truths find themselves expressed through health problems, work issues, family problems, church life, etc. The truths that such issues bring are not simply inconvenient, they are often life-changing. Time and time again, I've met people whose life has been going along well, and then something happens to change all that. They find themselves now living with an inconvenient and often unwelcome truth. These very painful things sometimes push aside the actual truth of who we are and who God has made us to be. Sometimes this happens to the extent that we become so focused on and so overwhelmed by such matters, it can seem a rather inconvenient truth that God loves us more than we can ever imagine.